Well, we're leaving the Norman's house. We're kind of getting the trailer in order, and then we're gonna head on out to Big Sur.
Unfortunately, it's quite a bit of a wait to finish up our laundry here before we head out to Big Sur. We got up real early, ready to get out, and we forgot that we hadn't done laundry yet. So we tossed it in. I'm just here editing some clips for the vlog, and hopefully we'll be out of here pretty soon. Headed up to Big Sur. This is Caroline, who has been our wonderful host while we've been here exploring LA. Luke's aunt, and she is Aunt Caroline. She has agreed to feed us and provide us with a shower and housing while we've been here. So Caroline,
Hello.
thank you very much for having us.
You're welcome. It was a pleasure. You guys were great. I'm excited for the rest of your adventure.
We are too.
This morning begins chapter 3 of our trip.
It's been great being in the city, being in civilization, but I'm really looking forward to getting back out into nature. It's a quick little detour here in Morro Bay, a beautiful little sailing community it looks like, with a nice looking rock out in the bay. Looks kind of like Haystack Rock on Cannon Beach in Oregon. You know, frankly, this is a place I'd like to live and spend my old years, but we'll see.
It's the Jeep. It's the best Jeep. Jeep Wheeler. This one's a hardtop, which I don't like as much, but rock rails. You can see rock rails right here. Okay? Right there.
Immaculate rock rails.
It's only $1,000 more than the Sport trim, and you get a lot more off-road capability. I want to get over to that rock.
Checking out some, what are these, Luke?
Well, they're California sea lions.
It's California sea lions, and I think we've determined that this is Luke's spirit animal.
You could hug one of these so hard.
Alright, we just rolled into our Big Sur campground here. It's gonna be, I think, a pleasant night here. Some real sketchy stuff we just climbed here. You can't really tell, but it's like we're just climbed 200 feet up a shale face.
Whenever I see one of these ledges, I always think of the Pokemon episode. I saw a couple of sea otters and a whale.
Carl and I just did a few shots here at the top of this little reservoir for Buck Wild, which actually I'm not even sure where that company is, but we'll find out. They just wanted adventurous photos, and this is kind of rad place to do it. So sea otter action here.
I was gonna call your mom today.
Levi, how do you feel about hiking up that cliff face with no shoes on?
The biggest challenge my feet have ever had. Back when I climbed mountains barefoot, that would have been hard on my feet. And now, due to Montana, they are a little bit softer. And some of those rocks were so sharp that if I had put my weight on them, they would have gone into my foot. I guarantee it.
Making some French toast, grilled cheese for dinner.
No spatula, no butter for the pan, no problem.
I think I might eat this one.
After a wonderful dinner of some absolutely disgusting
It was really good. I like it.
charred French toast,
Charred, yet soggy.
we're down by the beach here near our campsite, watching the sunset. Luke just was running after the frisbee and tripped and fell in the water in his shorts and sweatshirt. And
He kind of got destroyed by a wave.
That's right. They're brutal.
Good morning from the Big Sur coast. We have our friends Luke and Levi here trying to make a breakfast very valiantly. The problem of having no butter to cook with continues.
You take the granola. You take
the raw sausage. You put them together and then you ate it. Mmm. I've never had anything better.
We're cutting them up as small as we can to kind of make scrambled sausage.
Scrambled sausage, something I've never heard of, but frankly, it sounds delicious.
Well, it's what you dislike about it.
Here we are at the beautiful Big Sur. Definitely one of my goals for this trip was making it here, and we've made it with some pretty good light, so I've got no complaints, honestly.
Look like ants down there.
World's greatest grandpa.
Zebros, it's Wednesday.
17-mile drive, a beautiful stretch of road, California coast, California coast, California, California, California coast. All right, Levi, you finally got your strawberry milkshake for the second time. 2 strawberry milkshakes, that is.
Country roads, take me home.
Just pulled into the Yosemite, just took a picture with the sign back there. It's gonna be an excellent Christmas card.
The fact that God would make this for us. The world still has this. Oh. I can't, the blessing. I can't even.
The gorgeous, magnificent tunnel view. Levi,
He's a little emotional.
Levi's crying.
It wasn't undersold, for sure. This is the real deal.
Finally made it to our campsite here. Dirt Flat Campground is the hardest thing to find because it wasn't actually in the national park. And it's actually pretty darn nice. We're gonna make some pulled pork sandwiches and then probably hit the hay for a big day of hiking in Yosemite tomorrow. Good morning, America, from Yosemite National Park. Here we are on Thursday, and just got a very, very restful night of sleep and some wonderful hammocks. I'll give you a little view of our wonderful hammock site from last night down by the river, which happened to rise probably like 4 feet during the night, so it's a good thing that we weren't any closer to the river. Carl, we've got some wonderful Costco muffins for breakfast this morning, and you're wearing your Infinite Bear shirt. Can you comment on that?
The muffins are really good. Always a good bet, Costco muffins while camping. Infinite Bear shirt, I just thought I'd show a little love, like Yellowstone, Yosemite, 2 brothers meeting here,
It's just getting in the back of the car, and my French press was sitting in the trunk, and it fell and broke like any glass object would do. Just after I'd enjoyed my last wonderful cup of coffee from it. Rest in peace, French press. Here it is in the dumpster. Making some PB&Js, putting my hands to work was the only way I could cope with my loss. All right, we're finally hitting the trail here after
I do have my wallet.
quite a bit of planning and
It was
such.
half a mile.
Not really able to get much of a shot of the waterfall here. It's quite misty, as you can see. We just hiked all the way up this waterfall. Kind of sketchy at some points.
It was a really tough climb, really slippery, and the water was just pounding down on me. But I made it.
Walk, walk, walk.
To get to the top of this slope, all you need is enough momentum. Get a running start. That's the key. I'll show you.
We saw you run up and we're like, oh, that was a Missoula show.
That's cool. Yeah. Did you guys drive down?
Yeah, we
did.
drove.
Oh, that's awesome.
That guy who I just filmed us talking to was a guy from Missoula. He's actually the first Missoulian that we've run into on the trip. His name is Dean. He used to teach at UM actually and knew some of our professors. Pretty cool to see someone from home out here.
I wish my belly was this blue.
What'd you do to him?
I knocked him out, yo. They're kind of cold-blooded, so if you get them real warm, they just chill.
We've just completed about a 2-hour hike. Levi's been helping me shoot some more photos for Buck Wild, and here's our wonderful view. This is pretty hard to shoot actually with a 35mm lens.
No, you want over here. This is the beautiful view.
It's the perfect place to do PT, right?
That farther is the perfect place to be.
That's it. That's it.
He's not going for it. Well, after a succulent lunch, I think we're gonna continue another mile up to Little Yosemite Valley.
Little Yosemite Valley. Eric, this one's for you.
When you were real OG.
We're doing it anyway. I'm here with our friend Jamie, who came all the way from Melbourne, Australia.
Yeah,
before
that's correct.
before coming to Yosemite. Do you have anything to say, Jamie?
Hi, hello. Nice to see you guys.
Well, it's the final morning here in Yosemite. Really, the second morning. Packed up our sleeping bags. We're about to grab a quick bowl of honey bunches, and then we'll be on the road. Before we go, I just want to say a little tribute to the National Park Service for providing us with an excellent campsite. And I also want to say that these fire hazard signs are excellently designed.
Green forests offer more. As if somebody likes to burn down the woods.
Yosemite, we'll see you later. We've been cruising around San Francisco for the past half hour or so, and we are about to drive over the Golden Gate Bridge.
Oh, look at that! Oh!
Look at the fog on there too.
Yeah!
After passing through San Francisco, we've stopped at In-N-Out for a third time just to appease Levi's strawberry milkshake craving. He's growing quite fond of these milkshakes.
As we reach Redwood National Park in 4 hours. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, sure, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Well, after about 8 hours of driving today, we started in Yosemite, and now we're here about 20 miles outside of Redwood National Park. We're trying to decide whether to camp here on the beach or to continue to Redwood. We'd kind of like to bum a bit of a campsite, you know, just not pay for a campsite.
There's waves out there.
That dude here in the white car driving off just asked us if we wanted a blunt. When we were going up this real big hill and the engine started making real weird noises, we started smelling burning oil. We pulled over here by the river in hopes maybe of camping here, but also to check the engine.
That's just overuse, yeah.
All right, looks like the oil was just a bit low, but not dangerously low. Actually kind of feel a little bit bad that I haven't introduced you to our automobile that has taken us all these thousands of miles so far. Here it is in action, the Ford Explorer. Luke, what's the Ford Explorer's name?
Merriweather.
Merriweather. Shooting a little bit of Portra 160.
Macaroni and yippee.
We're gonna string the hammocks up between the large log and the car. What? Our 4x4, as Levi says. And I've got a bit of a fire going over here. The Ranger truck just rolled in.
You sure it's a Ranger truck?
Pretty sure it's got like the lights on top. So we're hoping that maybe we'll be able to stay here. I mean, he knows we're here because the fire's blazing. So, Luke, what would be the best scenario?
Best case scenario, we're clear and he gives us bratwursts. Second best case scenario, we're not clear and he tries to drive over here, but with only 2-wheel drive. So then he gets stuck. We help him out. He's so grateful. He lets us stay and gives us bratwursts.
If we're getting bratwurst, it's a good night.
It wasn't really that hardcore. I took wildlife management courses and everything like that. For us to get the job, we only have to take about...
That was the worst case.
Okay, so that short clip was actually a Fish and Wildlife ranger who saw my crackling Yuletide bonfire and decided that he needed to come over here because it's illegal to camp on national park property, I guess, and it's illegal to have a fire on the national park property. So we've since put out the fire and we are packing up and have to move back over to where we came from, unfortunately. It could have been much worse. We could have been fined if it was a National Park Service rangers, so we didn't get bratwurst though.
No bratwursts. I'd say it's worst case scenario.
Well, it's a very foggy, rainy, damp morning in Redwood National Park. It's really creepy here. It's about, I would say 8 a.m. It's crazy foggy in here. I feel like I'm lost in Endor right now, waiting for an Ewok to spring out at me.
I feel like a squirrel, like a little... That orange belly is probably a defense mechanism. If he does get attacked, he shows it. But the black is telling me, for the most part, he doesn't want to be seen because it's either a salamander or a newt. I don't know which type.
Okay, after a quick Google search, we realized that that was a rough-skinned newt. Poisonous, but it won't hurt you unless you ingest it or you get it in a cut or something like that. He could bite you and you'd be fine, Levi says. But we did find out, thank you Wikipedia, that one man in 1979 on a dare swallowed a 20-centimeter newt and died a few hours later. So be careful with those newts.
I would have the crap scared out of me.
We've realized that we've really sucked the marrow out of this trip, you know. We're all just exhausted now. So I think we're gonna just pack it up and head to Oregon, somewhere to camp tonight, and then we'll just head back tomorrow.
Bye, California. Love you.
We just pulled into Oregon, just crossed the border. Goodbye, California. We've been driving for a good portion of the day now. Just come to the conclusion that we're gonna stop through Portland and Voodoo Donuts, as per Carl's request, and we're going to drive all night back to Missoula. So it's gonna be a long night, but I think it's gonna be a nice way to end the trip.
Voodoo Donuts just so happens to be my favorite donut shop on the planet that I've been to. And so I'm overfilled with joy that we are going to this joyous place.
I don't think we're gonna get any Voodoo Donuts because the line is crazy long. We're gonna grab some Stumptown. Joe Greer, I'm looking for you, man. About to strap back in the car and head to Spoke Compton.
This place kind of freaks me out, but They have Subway, so it's okay.
Trash, anyone trash?
Truth is, I was never involved in any terrorist attempts.
Okay, it's about, I think, 1 in the morning, and we're just stopping for our last fill-up of gas of the entire trip. Thankfully, it's back down to around $2. I think we've got about 4 or 5 more hours to go until we're back in Missoula. Not too much exciting going on, so probably just gonna wrap it up here. It's been an awesome time putting this vlog together, and I hope you've enjoyed following along. I'll be doing a lot more of these vlogs coming up in the near future, so be sure to stay tuned with them. And I look forward to updating you all about my life. Thanks so much for watching. It's been awesome. See ya.